Hello guys, you are about to hear the voice of Sherrie Lee Laird. She has claimed to be the reincarnation of Marilyn Monroe, and that is true. You can Google her name and you'll see all about it. We're not going to focus on that as much here. We're going to focus on one of her other psychotic exploits. Let's start.
Update on the Monty thing. Oops, zoomed in with my thumb. Yeah. Listen, I'm a nerd over here. Anyway, yeah, Monty, you know what? Get off Hattie's back, get off Felix's back. This is unbelievable, dude. At every turn, you confess to something new. Okay?
Alright, I think it's funny that you're telling Monty to get off of Felix and Tony's back. And yeah, his name's Tony. You can stop calling him Hattie. Because these two individuals, and yourself as well, are going all over the internet trying to claim that Montagraph is this individual by the name of Dale Bennett. And we know that Montagraph is not Dale Bennett. Everyone who is capable of thinking at this point does understand that Montagraph is not Dale Bennett. You not being one of these people, I'm not surprised. But you're claiming that this Dale Bennett individual murdered John Benet Ramsey on Christmas Day of 1996. And you're spreading this all over the place, and your buddy Felix is spreading it, and your buddy Tony is spreading it, and you're acting like you're the victim when Montagraph has something to say back. But looking at the rest of this video and the rest of your monologue here, Sherrie, it's not going to be any surprise to anyone why you would be this far gone, or whether or not you are completely psychotic. Let's continue on.
Hey, this is fucking whack. You try not to swear. Monty, you just confessed that not only did you work for the FBI and install for Raytheon. Oh, mama, my God, what?
Now, of course, that statement that she just made does iterate the comment that I made before about her not being able to think. Oh, no, my God, no. Hello, friend. Yeah. But let's continue on with what you have to say about Raytheon.
What are you talking about? Raytheon? Raytheon has been exposed with Gabrielle Giffords hoax, staging shit, satanic hoaxes. Raytheon, way exposed, buddy.
Raytheon, way exposed. And you're mentioning Gabrielle Giffords hoax. Are you claiming that Gabrielle Giffords was not shot through the head? Because there were a lot of witnesses that saw her get shot through the head, and she did have a very lengthy recovery from that gunshot wound. She was lucky to survive. In fact, for a long time, when she was going through recovery from her brain injury, she actually talked and acted a little bit like you for a while, but she recovered. As far as Raytheon being a satanic cultist supporting organization, I fail to see where this would benefit Raytheon. All right, Raytheon is a multinational conglomerate, and they are a defense contractor. They build components to smart munitions, smart bombs, things like that, the laser-guided bombs. They build a lot of the night vision equipment and things like that. IR, stuff like that, just general electronics for defense contracts. So I'm failing to see your connection here, but we're going to continue.
Now you admit you've worked for Raytheon. What's more is, on the John Benet Ramsey case, they said the guy installed security systems. And isn't that what you just say around here?
Actually, no. Montagraph never stated that he installed security systems. Never in the 4 years that I've been following Montagraph, actually longer than 4 years, have I ever heard him say anything about installing security systems. That's something that you fabricated from the inner confines of your warped mind. You're hearing what you want to hear, and then you're repeating what you want to have heard, and it makes you out to be a complete psychopath. Well, it's really not making you out to be one, because you actually are. But let's continue on, though. There's more. Oh, there's more.
There's somewhere.
That sort of public record that everybody can go to, like maybe a state website, maybe a DOJ.
Let me put this on pause.
Record is impeccable. Do you understand? Do you know what that word means? It's perfect.
A perfect record.
There's no way in a gray moon
that anybody has one.
that I could pass a CBI.
There's no way that anyone can have a perfect record? Let me tell you something, Sherrie. I know it's impossible for you to have had a perfect record because you're completely out of your mind and you cannot control yourself in public or online. But I have a perfect record. Do you know that I haven't had a speeding ticket? I have nothing. My name is nowhere. You're not going to find me on any criminal history database. You're not going to find me on Facebook or any of these other places for that matter. But just because your record's not clean doesn't mean that other people's records aren't.
To work for big companies like GT.
Considering that you have absolutely no control over yourself.
The FBI, Raytheon, and a whole shitload of other ones. There's just no way I couldn't pass their Felix study.
Now, you listen to what Montagraph just said. He stated nothing about installing any type of security system. He mentioned doing contract work in telecommunications for Raytheon and for the FBI. Now, Montagraph worked for companies that were subcontractors. See, the federal government, companies like Raytheon as well, if they need something built, what they'll do is they'll subcontract the work out. They'll get companies who specialize in that sort of thing to come out and do it for them. Like, for example, if the FBI needs a building built, an FBI building, what they'll do is they'll call a contractor, and the contractor will come in and they will build the building. Now, judging by your own logic, Sherrie, you're basically telling us that the individual who poured the concrete in the sub-basement of the FBI building is in fact a super secret government FBI agent. I mean, is that the connection you're trying to draw here? I mean, it makes perfect sense that you are trying to draw this connection. You're trying to draw a connection anywhere because that's how your sick and psychotic and warped mind works. But we're going to continue on.
I couldn't do telecommunications and install $1 million equipment systems into these rooms.
Did you hear what he just said? Telecommunications, Sherrie. Telecommunications.
It's got more cameras in them than you could ever shake a stick at.
Jamison and Ramsey are millionaires, and they had security cameras, and they had a security system. And
so your connection that was being that Montagraph worked in a room that had a security camera in it, that anyone who has a security camera in or around their home is going to be connected with Montagraph in some way because they have a security camera at their home, and Montagraph has actually worked in a room where there was a security camera.
one of their number one suspects, who was above 6'1", possibly a photographer in modeling.
One of their number one suspects, who is 6'1", who was a photographer in modeling. Where are you getting this? I have never read any such police report stating that they were looking for anyone that matches that description.
Also installed security cams. It's even on forums. It's even talked about.
Oh, that's why. It's on forums. Oh, okay. It's on forums. You know, I once read on a forum that there was a woman in Morocco who gave birth to a half-lizard, half-primate infant child. That was on a forum. I guess it must have been true, huh? Yeah. Although I still have yet to see that baby. It'd be kind of cool to see it, don't you think? Considering that everything posted on a forum is true, right?
Monty, the thing is, you want us to call the Boulder police, and sure, that can be done. But we'd have to call the original detectives, because to tell you the truth, Monty, you're all Masons, you're all played out, you're all used up, revenue-generating, satanic, for the Queen of England, jerks. And
all right, so you're stating that you cannot call the police on this JonBenet Ramsey situation because the police are all Masons, Satanists, who work and take orders from the Queen of England. All right, and they're just not to be trusted, and that they're jerks and things, right? Is that what you're actually trying to tell us? It's a little bit creepy, all right? But we're going to move on, though, because what you just stated about police, I want everyone to remember that. I want everyone to remember what she just stated about the police.
Jerk-offs. So get off Hattie's back. And his brother is in the police, so don't be going telling him what he's done wrong, this and that. You fit the bill to a T, and it isn't our.
Okay, so you're saying that Hattie's brother is in the police. Tony's brother is a police officer. That's what you're saying, right? So are you saying that Tony's brother is a Masonic Satanist shill who works for and takes orders from the Queen of England. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Fucking fault. Okay? And the same birth date, looking for a guy on September 10th who anon said your birthday was 55.
Okay, who said that the police were looking for an individual whose birthday was on September the 10th? I'm sorry. You don't usually see that in a description of a suspect in a capital murder case. Oh, the guy's birth date was September the 10th of 1955. You don't usually see that in the description, all right? Okay, Sherrie, you're nuts. You're completely gone. You're either insane or you're stupid, or both. The date of birth is not included in the description of someone. My God.
54. Okay? You pulled the docs. You pulled the docs. Basebin. You pulled them. You pulled.
Okay, that sounded creepy. You pulled the docs. You pulled them. You pulled them. You pulled them. You pulled them. Face spin. Face spin. You pulled the docs. Sherrie, you're freaking out. You need to calm down and take a pill. They make a pill for that.
Vince, just say you didn't kill her. No, you're just like, I'm not that guy, and then you spell his name wrong. I'm not Bennett with one T. I'm not that guy.
So don't you think that somebody would be able to spell his own name? Really? You're really working against yourself.
No, I'm not lard either. Everybody calls me Sherrie lard. Nope. You ever seen the word baird? Same as laird.
All right, Sherrie. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but they're not calling you lard by accident. It's not an accident on their part. They're doing it on purpose. They're actually making fun of you. I know you may not get that, but that's what's happening. They're calling you lard tard to make fun of you. But if I was Felix, I'd be pretty pissed at you right now. Because he's been trying to convince us that he's not Felix. And he's been posting comments saying that he wasn't Felix. And now you're online here burping out his name for everyone to hear, basically confirming that yes, in fact, it is Felix who is running the 22 Caliber Hitters or Caliber Hitters page, which we knew already. We've got his picture. But Sherrie, you've got some serious issues. You think that you're Marilyn Monroe reincarnated. You hate Jews. You've been posting anti-Semitic comments about Jews, claiming that the Jews in Israel are the root cause of the world's problem. Yet you just said that all the Masons and the crooked cops, who are Masons and Satanists, are taking orders from the Queen of England. So you can't even keep it straight in your own mind. Which does not surprise me once again, because you are completely out of your mind. And anyone who hears anything that you say, especially what we just got finished hearing or listening to, it becomes painfully obvious that you need to seek psychological help. And you need to go on some medication or something. And for you to claim that it's impossible for anyone to have a clean record is because you cannot fathom the possibility of anyone not being able to. You cannot fathom the possibility of someone being able to control themselves and someone not being as psychotic as you. Because you're nuts. And when people say that you're nuts, your response most likely is that you're not crazy. Everyone else is. Is that it, Sherrie? You're not crazy. Everyone else is. In closing, Sherrie, if you go through life thinking that everyone else is crazy, it's a safe bet that you're the crazy one. If everyone you meet on the street is an asshole, you're probably the asshole. Have a good night.